Radio, I'm Christina Onnested. Russian forces pounded areas in Ukraine's east, including the last pocket of resistance in the besieged port city of Mariupol. The war is redrawing Europe's security maps, pushing Russia's neighbor Finland closer to joining NATO, even as the globe-shaking repercussions of the invasion spread. The conflict on the ground slogged on. Ukraine's military recaptured some towns and villages in the country's northeast, but acknowledged Russian forces have seen partial success further south in the eastern industrial heartland of the Donbass. Finland's president and prime minister said today the Nordic country will apply for membership in the Western Alliance. The announcement means Finland is all but certain to apply and be accepted. Rosie Bouchard has more.
Finland must apply for NATO membership without delay. Those are the words of the Finnish Prime Minister and President in a joint statement released on Thursday morning. It's a move that would have been unthinkable just a few months ago, when support for NATO membership was only at around 20% among Finns. Russia's invasion of Ukraine saw that support shoot up, and now the Nordic nation is on a path toward accession. The NATO defensive alliance was born in the aftermath of World War II. But until now, Finland has always kept its distance, preferring partnership over membership and keeping up business-like cooperation with Moscow. Thursday's announcement marks a U-turn. Sweden is expected to follow suit, and the two countries will likely submit formal applications for NATO membership in the coming days.
That's Rosie Bouchard reporting. Russia has warned that it will have to take military, technical, retaliatory steps in response to Finland's decision to join NATO. The Russian Foreign Ministry said today Finland's accession to the Western Military Alliance will inflict serious damage on Russian-Finnish relations. The United States Senate rejected a bill to protect abortion rights yesterday. KPFA's Christopher Martinez reports.
Senate Republicans, plus Democrat Joe Manchin of West Virginia, voted down a bill to protect abortion rights. The Women's Health Protection Act had already passed out of the House, but it stalled in the Senate until the leaked Supreme Court opinion that revealed the High Court was ready to overturn the Roe v. Wade abortion ruling. The bill would prohibit state bans on abortion. It would ban unnecessary regulations like waiting periods and would prevent governments from requiring women to give a reason for seeking an abortion. Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell of Kentucky calls the measure radical and fringe.
We will stand with the American people, stand with innocent life, and block the Democrats' extreme bill.
Democrats, on the other hand, with the exception of West Virginia's Manchin, spoke in support of the bill. Jean Shaheen is a Democrat from New Hampshire.
Nearly half of the states in this country have already pushed through what we're calling trigger laws that would automatically roll back the clocks by half a century if Roe is repealed. That would immediately jeopardize the fates of millions of women across this country. 17 of those states would outlaw abortions even in cases of rape and incest.
In the end, without a 60-vote supermajority, Democrats could not overcome a Republican veto. And without Joe Manchin, they could not even get a simple majority. Reporting for Pacifica Radio News KPFA, I'm Christopher Martinez.
Palestine's president is calling for an independent investigation into the shooting death of Al Jazeera journalist Shireen Abu Akleh while covering an Israeli raid in the occupied West Bank town of Jenin Wednesday. Abu Akleh was a well-known Palestinian reporter for the broadcaster, which said Israeli forces killed her in cold blood against international norms. Israel had claimed she was hit by Palestinian gunfire. Palestine's president Mahmoud Abbas.
We reject the claims of Israel that they can do a credible investigation. They are the criminals, and the criminals cannot investigate themselves.
The only Palestinian American in Congress, Rashida Tlaib, slammed the killing and is also calling for an independent investigation. She spoke with Al Jazeera.
Let's treat her what she is. She is a citizen of our country. Even before she's a journalist, right? She's a citizen of our country, and she was literally targeted and murdered by Israeli forces. We need to investigate ourselves the killing of an American citizen, somebody that was out there being a guardian of truth and doing her job, was again murdered by an apartheid government that we continue to fund with unconditional aid.
Another journalist who was wounded said Israeli troops fired on them and there were no Palestinian militants in the area. According to the Committee to Protect Journalists, 16 journalists have been killed so far this year around the world. I'm Christina Onnested reporting for Pacifica Radio.